Good evening and welcome to the 2023 Soutborough District Wheelers Online Club Championships. Here we are, it's finally come around. So we're just getting warmed up in the pen. We've got about a minute to go. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. We'll just turn the music down a little bit there. And yeah, we've got a great lineup. We've got about 60 riders lined up for this evening, all ready to go. And I'm delighted to be joined tonight by our current club champion. So, welcome, Chris. Here for some insight, mate. Somebody who can actually talk about what it is to be at the front.
Evening, all evening.
Good, mate. So, good lineup for tonight.
It's a strong field. Some new faces, some old faces. So it'll be interesting to see who's kept their form, I suppose, over the winter. So who's been hammering the Zwift still? What about you, Simon? Anyone you're looking out for at the moment?
Well, the nice thing is we've got a record number of ladies joining us tonight. So we've got 6 ladies, all technically in the C category. Emma, Kathy, Claire, Rowena, Carol and Lydia. So I'm particularly excited to see that. And we've got the new Henderson Plate trophy for ladies this year. So that's something they'll be fighting out for. We've got a couple of youth riders, Ollie Fussell and Noah Blythe, under 14s, racing there. So that's one to look for. Obviously, we've got the ATAC category where potentially our winner overall will come from. And here we go, we've just started now. But I think the real fight's going to be in B and C. There's particularly on this course, right, which is a rolling course. So, you know, there's going to be a mix here between people who might get away in a little attack on the climb. But it will benefit some of the riders like Sam the Bull Greer, for example, in Cat C, who's a real powerhouse for that category. So here we go. So we're off to the start. Now tonight, the jerseys that we've got on isn't our Soutborough District Wheelers racing jersey. Great though it would have looked. We would have all been in black and hard to distinguish each other. So instead what we've got is the different jerseys for each category. So we've got the red there for the A category, as you can see, and green for the B category. So anybody can win the overall championships. There's nothing to stop a C or a B winning the overall race in the championship. But you might tend to see, you know, the reds towards the front, the greens in the middle, and maybe the yellows, I think it is, a little bit further back. So here we go. Usual sort of Zwift start straight out of the blocks. What's that like, Chris, normally?
Pretty stiff to go in to start with. Everyone's sort of knocking out 500 watts, trying to keep hold of everyone at the moment. It's pretty bunched at the moment. Is there a small split there, or am I just seeing it? No, I think everyone's pretty much in there. Looks like plenty of A's, plenty of B's. Don't know if we've got any C's in that front bit there. Maybe it's split already. It's hard to see quickly. But yeah, so course-wise, Simon, what are we looking at? Are we looking at a rolling, tough punches, or...?
Yeah, so we're on the Rolling Hills course in Scotland. And we're doing 3 laps of what is a 9-kilometre circuit. So with a lead in, that's a total of 32 kilometres. But there's not a huge amount of climbing, but there is quite a little bit of, I guess rolling is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
you know, there's a few inclines and a few chances to break away. And I think with the new Zwift pack dynamics on it as well, there is a chance to sort of potentially get away a little bit. So here we go. If we look towards the front here, I think we've got somebody just making a little bit of the break at the moment. David Fuller putting them back in. Who's that? Rob Burden. There we go.
It looks like, Rob's trying to do an early one again.
For the cameras.
True to form.
For the cameras. John Rogers up there towards the front. The fire socks there, leaving a few flames. That's if somebody's putting an extra effort in, laying down some power, some big wattage. So already a few people right out the front, Simon Tully, John Rogers, trying to make a little
burning some real matches here early on.
So here we go. So
Dave Fuller, John Rogers, he's there. We're all in there. Pete's in there as well, I see. Jake Thomas. Keith's been, he's doing all right, 5 watts per kilo there, so he's sitting in there hiding.
Yeah. And I can see on the chat there on YouTube, Lee Oliver, can you just give us a double thumbs up if you can actually see that now on the chat on YouTube, but hopefully you can, and that's coming through on the stream fine there. But we can follow different riders in this group. So we're towards the front at the moment. There's obviously a little bit of a pack breaking there, but let's just jump back and see what sort of gap might be developing to the group behind.
Try and work out what the gap is to the second bunch.
That's right. So just clicking back.
Okay, so about 19, 20 seconds at the moment it's looking at, isn't it?
Yeah,
with some
exactly.
B's and C's in there.
Yeah, so there's, all the riders you'd expect in that front group. But if we jump back here, we go a little bit further back through the group. Here we go to the group behind. So this is about, actually this is the C group with the jerseys. They're probably about 40 seconds behind at the moment already. Chris Duffy in there, Sam, Russ Cook, they're probably former group. It's an intense start, said Simon Rowley. It's kicked off early, right?
It has really gone off, straight away.
So let's just go back up a little bit. We've got into the main group here. Danny Evans, Pete Collier, Rob Burden, probably all the names you expect. I can't see a blue jersey in there, so it doesn't look like a C's managed to hold on to that, and that would have been brave if they had.
And we've got James Conway racing this year, I see. He's new to Zwift, I think. So
James, strong junior rider, under 23 rider. And
I think he's actually kept racing out on the roads as well, so he might have some good form, along with Pete, actually. Pete Collier's been recently picked up a 6th place, I think, up at Lee Valley, was it?
Yeah, that's right. He's been racking up the points, working his way out to Cat 3. Here's Emma. Now, Emma Haswell, who's been super powerful this year. She's actually sitting between the front group and the next group with Chris Duffy. Probably not quite where you want to be. I imagine the right thing to do there would be, unless she thinks she can bridge that.
What's maybe the gap there? We've got just 25 seconds or so.
25 seconds in front, 10 seconds behind. She probably wants to slip back and get in the draft of that next group. And I think she'll be safe if she does that front in terms of the female championships, because I don't think in that next group there's another female rider, so she can drop into that.
She's gone early,
just looking at that, the next rider down from that is a group. Here we go. It's 16 seconds back from Emma, 10 seconds back from the group in front, where we've got a few different riders, including Ollie Fussell, our D rider, our young
brilliant
junior,
doing really well, hanging on in there.
Absolutely. Elliot Hughes, another strong rider in the C group. Lydia Godfrey's in that as well, another one of our female riders, and I think Carol Sang might be in that as well. So let's go back towards the front and see what the action is there at the moment. Just cycling back through the groups here, back up to the main group.
And I think they're about to hit a little lump up there. Is this the course here?
Yeah, that's
swing
right.
round and then So here they go. Yeah. So this might cause a little split here. Let's watch this here. Yeah. So a few people throwing the watts down. 6 watts, 7. David Fuller going for it. 8 watts per kilo. So it's about 40-50 seconds effort here all the way. So there's a little break out front. A rider trying to escape the clutch of the bees. Of course, Keith Henderson giving it the usual, saying he's not got much form at the moment. But usual attack from the Henderson. Yeah,
and he's putting out about 7.5 watts per kilo there. Rob Burden behind him, putting out about 8 kilos. Obviously, a slightly a bigger rider there. And he's churning out some big watts there.
I've not seen Rory pop up yet either. I suspect he's hiding somewhere in there as well.
Yeah, early days. But here we are with Rob. We're on his profile now, so he's at sort of 330 watts as they're coming over the top here on that first initial lump.
And he picks up the jersey as well. So
there we go. So let's just see if everybody in that group. We've got Craig Kingham in that group as well. We've got Anthony here, just latching onto the back of that gain. He's held on. Well done, Anthony. Few people just the elastic just slightly snapping, but they'll be able to pull that back on. I think we might just have one out the back there. Yes, it looks like Simo is off the back there, but maybe he'll pull that up. He's got a power up he's using there that gives him a little bit of draft.
Okay, which one power ups have we got today?
Well, they're a little bit random, mate.
Oh, okay. Is it just a random assortment?
That's the Mario Kart world of Zwift.
Hopefully, I suppose he's hoping for a feather or something soon. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So is Simo going to get back on that? That looks like a bit of a tough call. He might need a little bit of help from this group here, which has also dropped off the back. Baggy, Grant Palin, James Conway.
If Dan Evans is in there as well.
Danny's in there as
well.
But
if they work together, they might bridge back.
Yeah, there's some good power in that group, particularly with Danny. So if they close the gap back up there, they might be able to get back to this front group, which looks like that's all come back together. So that's just a little bit of show there from Keith, just laying down a marker on that first lump there.
So it's 6.5k in. So we're already splitting straight away. We've got some real bunches scattered around at the moment, haven't we?
Yeah.
The A group, I think probably every little lump they might start to spin around. I think because the new Zwift update does make it a little bit harder to stick in the bunch, doesn't it, Simon? Or is it? How have you found that? I don't know.
Well, I'd like to say I've been close enough to the bunch to experience it.
But I think it's a bit more realistic now because I think
Yeah. I think it is from what I hear, and I think you can make attacks now. But you can particularly work together with one or two other riders and make attack a lot easier now.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be interesting if there's been any alliances here in the build-up.
I wonder if some of the Bs have got together to see if they can stick it to some of the As. I wonder, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe further on in the race.
Yeah. So, look, just while it's settling down at the moment and before we hit the next climb, let's just go back through the group, see how other people are getting on. There's Rory.
There's our Rory. He's popped up. He's hiding in there.
He's nestling in there. But look, this course suits itself to a number of B riders.
Yeah, absolutely.
Riders like Rob Burden with that power. Taking it to them. There's some strong B riders. Graham Sharp's one to look out.
Okay.
Graham joined us in the last year. I think he does practically every other sport in Tunbridge Wells.
Okay.
Football, cricket, a lot.
Spreads himself.
Yeah, and he's now tried to give this a go for fun and immediately coming out and smashing the TTs and doing extremely well here. Also won a brand new Wahoo kicker on the recent Wahoo night.
Oh, brilliant.
Out to impress here. So I wonder if he's on that tonight. So here we go. So we've got this group just trying to. Looks like Danny's just slipped off the front
he's
here.
Trying to get
trying to get up with Simon and actually they've closed up the gap a bit. I mean, Danny's putting out. It's not huge watts here. It's sort of 280. So he's conserving a little bit. He wouldn't want to burn too early. But if he can get back on there's a 7-second gap.
The fronts.
Probably just needs somebody to work with him on that. You can see in the top right hand corner. The map there, Danny will be that blue dot that we're hovering on at the moment, trying to get over to that group in front.
He's not far. He's a handful of seconds, isn't he? But it's just
far.
dangling out there,
someone
isn't he?
to work with him. I'm surprised somebody behind, maybe James Conway, for example, can work with him, and 2 or 3 of them try and get across. So we'll keep an eye on Danny. It actually looks like that group's coming back together there. If I click behind, you can see they can just see Danny in the distance.
Yeah, I think they're going to work him back in, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, needs a bit of cooperation. I'm going to go back up to the front right now, actually. We'll stop going through because we're going to start climbing again now a little bit. So not a huge climb.
We're already up to the kicker again. Yeah, it's coming around quick, isn't it?
So let's just see right up towards the front hill. You can see the red jerseys making their way towards the front. Oh, not that red jersey. Sorry, I beg your pardon. This is all a little bit of manual, so do bear with us on how we sort of click through at the moment. Russ Cook, I'm sitting in. Wonder if that's by choice.
Tom's doing well. He's flying in here. I think he's right up.
That's
the front
another
there, isn't he?
Good shout, isn't it? B group Tom Moss. He's obviously been playing his Zwift cards right to stay in that category.
Oh, definitely.
Now.
At the recent Wahoo event. He held some really good competition there, and he was really unfortunate to not come away with a top prize there. So I think he's held on his form well, and I think he'll be a surprise package actually today. Yeah,
absolutely. So here's this front group again. Again, a few more just dropped off the back. I think maybe
that little lump has done another little split.
Yeah, a couple just trying to get on the back there. One using the feather to try and come on.
I think David Fuller as well. I think he's one to look out for because he's been doing lots of the Monday night. He's keen Zwifter, so I think he probably done a few recons on this course today. So I think he's going for a shout.
Yeah, well we've got just looking back through Philip Riley in there. Good old Philip, still racing in the A category against some young whippersnappers there. Fair play to him, and older members of the club will know Philip's got a bit of race history with us over the years. He's now living in France, but joins us for online racing from France. Great thing about this, normally Warren Gardner too from France. Unfortunately, he can't because he's got a committee meeting in the south of France at his local cycling club tonight. A few bottles of nice red being down there, I'm sure. But he assures me that they'll probably have this on in the background. So there we go, mate. We've gone global.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's 2. So we've got 2 riders potentially now on the online club. So yeah, that's good. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I noticed there's another. Is that a Jacob, I think he's a new member to Soutborough District Wheelers as well. So I think he's jumped straight in at the A's. So I think Keith and Rory have raced with him. So I think he's in with a real shout.
Well, that's been
today.
the good thing. We've actually, I think, given our efforts on the club and the New Jersey, actually attracted some people in. So we've had some people join the Wheelers as a result of this activity, particularly at this spiky end where we had a great A team, haven't we? You're normally part of.
Yeah, the front group is really, so I think probably just about 15 or 16 riders now. I'm not sure how far. We'll just have a quick look to try and find out where the second group is.
Let's go down there. So we're down to so that's 20th. Anthony Goebel just hanging on.
Okay.
Simon Tully hanging on. Well done, Anthony. That's
Alistair Fraser, he's had some good forms, some good results. I think he's just recently made Cat 3.
That's right, it was Ali, wasn't it? Not Pete that made Cat 3. So down to 20th in that front group. Ali just on the back here.
Absolutely, and the
just
second
as they
group
come
behind,
over a rise, they'll get a little bit of a breather here. So that group will come back together. So let's just go back to, whilst that group's coming together, let's just go back to the
trying
next
to see
one.
how the C's are getting on B's. And
Fergus Clinch, he's been riding with us online for a little while now and outdoors, of course. Unfortunately, he's just dropped. He's in no man's land between the two groups at the moment. So he's about 12 seconds back from Ali. Probably do him well to drop back to Dave. But we're now talking about a 20-second gap back from Fergus on top of his gap back to the front group to this group now with Baggy and I think Danny's sat up in that as well. So
they've reeled him back in then, looks like.
Yeah, so that's going to be hard for them to bridge
maybe
now.
He's conserving, maybe.
Yeah.
So how far is that? So they're nearly at 40 seconds now, so maybe a bridge too far, we'll see.
With the strength of the riders in front and their attack, that's going to
doesn't look like much let up out the front, does it?
Yeah.
No.
So we've got a battle there. Grant Paling within that, Simo.
But our next C rider's not far at all. Okay, so
no, so they could. No, they're still about a minute back on this group. So we are now getting distinct groups. But this is the first of the C riders. Simon Rowley, Sam Greer. He joins us from Belgium. He races in Belgium for us.
Oh, fantastic!
Part of the club. He's been with us for a few years. The Bull, as we refer to him.
And that looks like the podium's almost there, doesn't it? Like, we've got three C riders. Literally, I think they're.
Chris Duffy.
Playing a cagey game there, so it'll be interesting to see.
So that's the front of the C. Simon Rowley, Sam Greer and Chris Duffy, and it looks like they've got a 20-second gap back to this group now. So if they can stay free, they as you say, fighting out for the podium. But look at Ollie.
He's hanging,
go on, Ollie. Ollie's bustling that distinctive
in there,
yellow jersey. I tell you what, he deserves a yellow jersey, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, for his effort sticking in there.
Yeah, brilliant work. So that's Emma's back in that group now as well. She's the green jersey within that group, which is a bit of an anomaly because she had a data.
I see Carlos is in there as well. I think he's one to watch. He's a keen Zwifter in there as well. So I think he could be in for a big shout in this category here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carol's in there as well. So is she
although Carlos has been on a Bavarian drinking tour, I think, over the last couple of years. I think it was said it was work.
Okay, but, maybe he wasn't peaking for this event.
No. Although, for some like FUD, that's perfect training, isn't it? So
Kathy Gill's in here, I think.
Yeah, I think we've got we've got Ollie Fussell, Lydia Godfrey in there as well. So this is the front of the women's race and battle then.
Yeah, so are they sticking all together, or have a couple of the women dropped off?
I think, we've got Kathy Gill in there. Kathy's strong. She came second in the Wahoo night the other week.
That's true, yeah.
If we go through that group and then back from there, let's just work through the rest of the group and then we'll jump back up to the front.
Carol's, I think she's just lost touch with that.
She has
14, 15 seconds. Maybe she can work with.
We've got Paul back here. We've got Dell here. Oh, Dell's come to a stop. So it looks like we've got a virtual mechanical there, unfortunately, for Dell. We'll have to see if we can get going. That might be a Wi-Fi breakdown. That's a shame, which opens up the door for Ollie Fussell.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
James Curry, who's been coming back from...
behind his tail there.
He is.
In that category D. I don't think he's far behind. He's going to...
Here we go. This is the next group where you've got Rowena, John Rice, John Fuller and Martin Yardley. So podium places there for the DCAT. That would be a good battle like John and Martin had on the line last year. So that's our field. But let's try and jump back up to the front. Bear with us as we sort of skip back up.
See how they're getting on.
As I remember last year, I hung around at the back a little bit too long and almost missed you taking the gold there, didn't I?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
So working back through the group, here we go.
It really is.
Oh, it looks like there has been a drop-off now. So from that front group is split. We've got Anthony, Simon, Ali Fraser and Pete Collier in this group, and it looks like they've dropped off that front group. So They're about, what would that be? That would be about 20 plus 7. They're probably about 20, 30 seconds down now. Let's go back up to the front group.
Yeah, real splinters now. They're coming back up to that kicker, the bees.
Pete Collier dropping off. Jake Thomas just hanging off the back there. And here we are back to that sort of front group.
Oh, here we go.
So somebody's obviously putting a bit of attack while we're away. We'll probably concentrate
Here we
on
go.
the front
We've got
group now.
someone going orange. So who's that? So yeah, so front group now looks about almost just above 10 riders. So
That's right.
really is. Each time we go around here, it really is starting to splinter up.
Yeah. Sorry about this. We'll just skip through the names. It's all a bit manual here. We'll try and see if we can get on someone like... Maybe we pick up on Rory and he'll be playing a while
KG game in there, a while game, yeah.
We'll
just a casual 350 watts there as he's sitting in there. 4.5 watts per kilo for Rory, yeah. Usual as you do. Graham's in there. Some real strong B efforts in here to stick with these guys, you know. Yeah, it's really are putting some big efforts. Graham Sharp there, he's doing well. Got a great ride on there. Tom is doing fantastic there, sticking with that. I think he's my money's on Tom today. I think he's really
for the overall, or
I think he might. I think he might surprise because the thing is, if he goes early towards the end and and people start looking, don't want to chase and whatever. So I think he might actually have a good chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we might just have another rider just dropping off the back there, unfortunately. I think that looks like Jacob Thomas. So he's just dropping off the back, another strong rider. So this group's just starting to whittle down. I mean, this is the beauty of this course, really, isn't it? With a few punchy attacks and that, you really starting to see it whittle down to the front there.
Yeah, it's a well-picked course. What made you choose this course this year? Just to try and get a bit more variety for the riders, or...?
I'd like to say that, mate, is laziness. It was used.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do.
It was used in round 1 of the Zwift Racing League this season. I thought, that worked.
That's a good shout. No, it's a good shout. Yeah, favours some riders and others not.
I think last year we did have a bit of an epic, well, as much as we could on Zwift, a bit of a climb, and that kind of broke it up. It slowed it up, and it was good. But the viewing perhaps not as electric. No,
not watching. Yeah, grueling up 10 minutes up Box Hill. Yeah,
absolutely. So we'll just stick with this for a little while. I'm just looking at the chat on the YouTube there. Julian mentioning that Ollie's listening live, and of course some of the riders will be listening live to this and watching it in the background. But there is a slight delay from the real action from what they see. I've programmed that in on YouTube. Hopefully it's not giving anybody an advantage.
It's good motivation. I expect Julian and Ollie, they're probably Zwifting, facing each other, huffing and puffing and that. So good motivation to keep going, I suppose.
As will Carol and Simon Howden as well. They'll be in the garage. They've got a great setup there alongside each other.
Oh, brilliant!
A shared sweet pool below.
That's a good idea. I expect their neighbours appreciate that.
Here we go.
Keith's off
Keith's
again.
Numbers just gone red. So he's there's a bit of a push on the front. Who's that? Right? Is that Rory? Putting in a little
I think he's trying to go off the front. So
550 watts.
7, 8 watts here. David Fuller's trying to stick with. He's sticking with it. So it looks like a group of 3 or 4. Jacob's sitting in there. So some really big effort now. They've actually just come over the lump now, descending now. It looks like. So known a little bit about Rory and Keith and that. It's probably just going to now rest up a little bit and hopefully try and.
Yeah, well, they have a little dip after here, and then
although Rory's still knocking out 500 watts.
He is, isn't he?
As you do,
and he's got a feather.
He's hit the feather just before the next lump. So he's really trying to split this up. How far are we into the race now? So we're not quite. We're nearly halfway now. No, 16k. So we've been going for a good 20 minutes. So it's trying to see what's left in the cookie jar, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, he really has smashed it there, and we're coming up to. We'll have a little dip here. And then we've got a long, slow climb, only sort of, 3-4% maybe.
I think it's enough, though. I think on tired legs already, 20 minutes in, I think it'll be enough to... Yeah. It looks like we've got a front group there now of, 1, 2, 3, 4, Keith 5, and rider, I'm not sure on this one.
That would be Duncan Brown in there as well.
Duncan Brown in there. So it looks like a 5 group, so we're really getting some distinguished groups now. A's... with some B's going in. We've still got a B in that front group.
Yeah, Come on, at
Tom.
Rory still hanging on.
Yeah, he's really going for it, isn't he? He's gone deep actually here.
Now they're actually going to come up against some of the lapped riders shortly, which will make my job a nightmare of clicking between riders.
Trying to find him. Better you than me.
Yeah, we might see them come up against the lap riders. I don't think they'll gain any advantage.
No, but Rory's starting to get a gap here now.
I mean, that's a constant, isn't it?
5 seconds, maybe.
Still at 400 watts.
Gee, big effort going on, yeah.
Yeah. So he's got...
But I think Jacob and John Rogers as well. I think they're right in there. Maybe they've started to... Yeah, look, they've grouped together now. So David, we've got Keith, we've got
Graham Sharp.
Brilliant. He's having a storming ride there, hanging in. Tom, there he is, my pick for the day. He's hanging in there.
Ron Burden's
fantastic.
still in there as well.
Okay, so if they start to work, do you think they'll bring them back?
I think they will. It's, I don't think Rory will have burnt all matches here. I think that's him
softening them up.
Softening them up.
Gentleman's fist fight, as you say.
Yeah. I think Shemek's still in that group as well, which is good.
So we've got four of the beasts hanging in there. So
yeah, we have just dropped Nathan. Vince.
Just not far though, 10 seconds. So you might bring it back if they have an ease at the front and start watching each other.
Kester, Philip Riley, and it looks like Matt Hammond as well. So a few riders getting dropped now. This is really turning into quite an elite group. Really, we're down to
And Rob's showing his form at the moment as well. He's doing really well in there. I think, I think he could be a pick with a big power, big numbers.
So Rory has opened up 9 seconds now. I mean, that is a considerable gap on Zwift.
And he's still pretty, 5 watts a kilo,
400.
430 after.
Yeah,
he's. I think he's gone for it. Yeah. Heart rate's just gone off stratosphere, so he's going for it.
John Rogers.
Where's Rory? Brilliant.
Rory?
I think he's gone for a solo TT, John. Casual as you do, 20 minutes in on a Zwift.
Yeah.
Maybe start working together. Try and
that's
drag
11
him
seconds
back.
now.
Yeah,
that's 11 seconds.
How far has he got to go then? Do you think, Simon? Has he maybe?
Well, we've still got
he?
Another lap to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at 19 kilometres in of a 32 kilometre race. So, he knows what he's doing.
Dave Fuller. They're all of them are sitting in that 5 watts, 6 watts. Yeah, so they're all giving a big, long couple of minutes effort here.
Yeah, but he's timed this. If you look at the top right-hand side there, that's the dot that we're watching with the little triangle on the right. That's Rory. That's climbing. So he's just cresting up to the top of this hill, which is, as I say, it's 1, 2, 3%. He'll come up to around about here, and then he'll get some recovery time.
Yeah, he knows it's only going out now as well.
The only thing is, he'll get the recovery time, but the group behind will benefit much more from the draft. From each other.
So he's got to keep just pushing the pedals.
I think this is a test. If he can get back down to the bottom,
I think
he's made his hold a 12-second lead. Then he's in good form.
I think he's made his move. I think he's reached in the jar, as it were.
Yeah.
He's all in. Chips are in.
All right. Well, look, we'll take a chance just to have a quick scan through what's going on in the rest of the race, and then we'll get back.
Yeah, try and get back.
If we go back to the rear group at the moment, so that's where a
couple of D's in this group now.
Yeah. So we're around 50th place here. We've got John Fuller and Martin Yardley softening each other up.
Brilliant,
They had a brilliant race across Tower Bridge for the finish last year.
Fantastic, so it'll be interesting to see who does the work. So are they the front of the D group?
Ollie Fussell will be a bit further up.
Just up in the C group.
So I think Ollie will have a look at the
hopefully he's still hanging in there,
So we've got that going on there. So if we go back up towards the group, it looks like Emma might have dropped off of the...
Can we have a look at the ladies? See how they're doing in. So we see how Lydia, Carol, Rowena are doing.
Let's go up to the main next group. So this is where we've got, I think, the leading lady, which, Lydia's in that group, Lydia Godfrey. I think Emma's just dropped off that 24 seconds behind that group. Ollie Fussell's still in that.
Fantastic ride there, Ollie.
And then a number of strong C riders. So if Ollie stays within that group, he's got the Cat D title.
Absolutely.
Should I get the trophy out now?
No, maybe. You don't know. Maybe someone could be going around there and cutting the Wi-Fi out.
I mean, he's flipping up to the front there. I mean, the secret for Ollie surely now is just sitting on the graph, right?
Just stay in there, I think he's done...
not saying that's easy.
No, definitely
Okay,
not.
so let's jump up to the group in front, because this is the one you pointed out is really the podium for C. So this is our front C.
Are they still far? How far are they away from the chasing group?
So they've got 33 seconds on the next group behind. So if they sit up too much, I mean,
they could get real back in.
Russ, they could work together. Jem Page, who we know he's super strong from his is rowing. So so that's our front C. So we've got Ollie in the front Ds. It looks like we've got Lydia in the group with the front Cs as probably our leading lady.
Sam and Chris Duffy trying to pull that along there as well, aren't they?
Should point out that Claire Howard is back with us as well, and Claire's in that group with Lydia as well. So Claire and Lydia fighting that out for the ladies. Let's just see if there's any more.
And it's gathered. The group behind that podium is actually starting to. Are they? Yeah, it looks like they are getting bigger. So these three, if they're not careful, they will get real back in, and then we're back up to the Bs.
Yeah, the Bs grouping back together now. These are the people who've been dropped from the A group.
We've got 8 or 9 in there now, haven't we? They're starting to work together.
Yeah, exactly. But let's get back up towards the front now. No doubt there's been a bit of action up there. So we've come into the front route with.
We're back up to that lump there. Keith's doing another watt bomb, 8 watts a kilo. I think he's David Fuller. He's going, 11,
so
12
let's look
watts.
at that gap now. So Rory's got 9 seconds.
Okay, so they're starting to bring him back.
Yeah, he's dropped his wattage. Where is he? He's downhill at the moment. So 3:30 even downhill.
As you do.
8 seconds off coming off that descent.
So he went up to a 16. So maybe not all is lost for the chasing group there. I think. Yeah, they work together. They could start to bring him. But Tom Moss, great ride there, hanging right in there. Who's those other B riders in that? With that bunch there.
So we've got Burden, Rob Burden,
fantastic.
Graham Sharp hanging on in there. We've got who else have we got? We've got Tom Moss, Rob Burden, Graham Sharp. I think that. Oh, and Shemek as well.
Brilliant.
And I think we've lost Nathan Vince now. He's dropped back, but Jacob Arnell's still in there as the A rider. David Fuller as well. If we jump on to Graham Sharp at the moment within this group.
Bringing him back slowly but surely. I don't know if any of them can hear us, but if only they knew or maybe they can see the same screen we're looking at. So maybe they know them, start to work together to try and bring him back, or they're just going to go back up this kicker. We'll see if anyone tries attack here. It looks like we've got one A rider trying to lose the group there, are we, son, or not?
No, I think it's all
just
still
a bit cagey. Everyone's sort of casual 500 watts as you do.
Meanwhile, Rory's up the front, still belting up 500 watts.
6.7 watts per kilo as you do. He's out there, but the gap is starting to go back the other way. In credit for him. So
just to put that into context, so he's at he's putting out 500 watts coming into that climb and up to this banner here. If we go back to the group behind, they're working together as a group. They're not having to put out nearly as many watts.
No, they're saving a little bit for the end.
Yeah, the draft is big in this.
Got a feather in there by Jacob on just over the top. Looks like.
Yeah. So if we go into the middle,
looks
of
like
that
David
group,
Fuller's just trying to split over the top and get rid of these B riders. I think maybe.
Yeah. So Rory was sort of coming over that sort of 500. Mossy's tucked in there at sort of 350. That'll be taking its time, really. Still a bit to
real
to
Zwift knowledge. I think will help you in the end. It's still a long way to go. So I think
9 kilometres.
You can save a little bit just sitting in there. I wouldn't panic too just yet because he's only 8 seconds now. So I would keep in. I think Keith as well. He, although he says his form has gone a bit and he hasn't done much racing in the last couple of weeks or so, but he's still a Henderson. So don't trust him. He will attack you at some point.
Right, I'm looking further in the pack here. Pete Collier. Right, let's get Hammond. So coming into the last lap, people getting a little bit serious now. Okay. I just want to go back into the group with the leading female riders in there and just try and get my bearings a little bit on who we had there. I think I might have called out Claire Howard when I think it was perhaps Claire Hitchings in that front group. So let me just go back into there and let's see what's going on. So both back into the D group at the back with Martin and John. They're still hanging
around.
We've got Emma, Kathy Gill
together,
2 of our lady riders. I think we've got Rowena. We've got Carol behind that.
Carol's
and
not
Rowena
far behind as well, actually. Those two sitting up a little bit.
We've got Ollie still in this group.
Fantastic.
This is the group I was referring to. So I think this is where we've got our leading lady riders, Lydia. And yes, thanks for pointing that out, Julian, I think. Saying that's Claire Hitchings. So Claire Howard a little bit further back. Claire Hitchings in this group. with Lydia. So, well, we'll have to make sure at the end of this lap is we can somehow flick back to this, because this will be quite an epic
definitely.
race.
So the gap between them and the group. So we could try and time it. We're looking about just about a minute or so, aren't we? Back from the front.
Yeah.
So we can try and get. How's Julian getting on? How he's managing to type and ride at the same time, I don't know.
Russ Cook saying Howard is off the front of the C's. Oh, is that right?
Okay,
Thanks,
let's
Russ.
have a look.
So,
great insight, thank you. It's just. It looks like
there.
he's had a bit of an effort. Fair play.
That's Claire. That's Claire. Ooh, is that Claire Hitchings or Claire
We've got
Howard?
C.H. We don't know.
I think that might be Hitchings. In which case, she's made a bolt from it from that group, which is fantastic.
Fair play, over the top.
I think that's Claire Hitchings with Lydia off the back.
Just have a look.
I'll just look back through the group and see if Claire Howard is further back.
It is a Claire Howard. It's a Claire something. Claire H. So
these are the things.
Fantastic. Russ Cook, that's okay, brilliant. How he's managing to type and chat and race, and fair play, brilliant.
Yeah, well, great work, Claire. Looks like she's just being pulled back in there.
And Pete's looks like Pete's trying to get. He's latched on, and now he's trying to drop them. So some real dogfights going in this group here.
There we go. Jem just pulling out on that group as well. Right. It looks like we've got a little split. Chris Duffy just dropping off the back of that group with Sam and Simon Rowley.
He might end up back in the clutches of the air.
I wonder if they
come on there,
to pull
Chris.
them back
Let's try and get them back.
Ollie
couple
Fuss's
of seconds.
Group, I think Ollie Fuss's group's about a minute behind that, so he might survive the last lap. Right, let's get back up the front, because these laps will. This final lap will go
24k
quickly.
in now, so and we're really shifting along now at the front.
And Rory's back in. Look, 2 seconds.
Fantastic, reeled him back in. So Jacob Arnold there, Keith, and another fella there. Sorry, John Rogers, Dave Fuller. Yeah, some real big hitters now. Yeah,
looks like that whole group stayed intact. Tom Moss is still in there. Rob Burden.
Brilliant. So I think all the people that have saved a bit of energy, I think this is going to benefit them now. But someone's going for big effort over the top, 8 watts per kilo, lighting up orange, super helpful, thank you. Couple of feathers being dropped there. Maybe Rory knew they were coming and set up, we don't know. So it looks like he's going again. Classic 8 watts per kilo again. Graham Sharp, John Rogers, Rob Burden. I think I think he's got a real good chance here. I think so. Is the finish on that little lump there, that sort of a minute effort there, Simon? Is it?
That's what this one here that you can see on the screen here.
Yeah.
No, it's the next one actually.
Oh, okay.
That's the longer drag up the hill and to the roundabout. Then they come back down. There's a little lump, and then we come back up to the castle. And
gotcha. And that's where we finish up for today. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see, if we see anyone go early or try and hang in and nip over the top there. I wonder what's going to happen today.
Yeah, absolutely. So some good battles here. I didn't move away from the screen.
It's cagey at the front there, isn't it? Yeah, so it's taking a real dip now. Everyone's just sort of sitting in there, 2 watts a kilo, 300 watts now, barely even 250 watts. It's a Sunday coffee ride now. What's happened here at the front? Is any more bees going to come and catch this front group? They really have sat up and started looking at each other, starting to play a tactical game. We're 26k in. 35 minutes, so everyone's starting to get a bit of fatigue in the legs, so it'll be interesting to see who has saved and who has spent all their matches. For me, I still think Tom's got a real good chance, but also the longer it goes, I think Rob Burden, because he's been on a trip out to Belgium recently, so he's obviously got some good endurance in the legs. David Fuller's now attacking, 10 watts a kilo. I think he's now trying to go clear.
I mean, Rory's still on the front here. He's still got his nose into the wind,
he really doesn't want this group coming back. He really wants to get this split up before it gets to the end. Maybe he's worried about the final lump with a Henderson charge.
I mean, what are the watts? Shemek's having to put out 300 watts.
Yeah, they hung around for a bit, but now they've really actually they've finished their coffee and off they go again.
And here's Graham Sharp still hanging there. I mean, this is brilliant that we've got 4 B riders still in there. They can just see Rory in the distance. They just
he doesn't want he doesn't want a club ride, does he? He wants to shake him off already. I noticed a few people and more riders now are on the Tron bike. I don't know if that's got an advantage here or.
I think it's a course for an aero bike, but there won't be a huge amount in it between the top bikes that Jacob's on here, for example,
Yeah,
versus a Tron bike, there won't be a massive difference, particularly with these drafts here. So,
Okay.
yeah, but an aero bike will be the one on this one.
Yeah, now there's, I think so. They looks like they put Jacob to the front to try and bring Rory back. David Fuller, he's an experienced Zwifter. He's cagey.
Yeah.
I think he's sitting in waiting. Was he gonna? Or was he starting to go over the top? No, he's sitting in waiting. Graham, fantastic ride. Shamak, great ride there. They're sitting right in. Looks like we've just got the. Is it just the two? Tom, don't let me down. Hang in there. So it looks like we've just got the 3 B riders. Yeah, just clinging on.
Tom and
Go
Rob
on,
just
keep
hanging
doing,
on.
Rob. Yeah, that last little lump that just seems to spit. Yeah, so this isn't the start finish here, is it?
No, that's
it.
right.
Just comes around the corner, then we go back up that lump again. So it'll be interesting
We've
to
got
keep.
about 4 kilometres to go, but that'll go quickly. So a bit of a rise now. It'll be interesting to see where they put their attacks. But I mean, Rory's been putting out some watts for a while. If somebody's been conserving in this group and letting the others close that gap, that sprint at the end, will Rory have the legs still?
Absolutely.
We'll see.
Interesting to see. So have we got time to skip back just to see so we don't forget?
I don't move away because this is quite.
I mean, you've got form. We don't want to miss the finish.
Yeah,
but,
Rory's opened out 6 seconds again. He's opened out 6 seconds, and we've only got 3 kilometres to go. So look, I'm going to stick with this for now.
All right,
and then we'll quickly flick back.
And we're trying. So we don't want to miss. We're trying.
I do want to clear up. My huge apologies if I've been calling Claire Howard versus Claire Hitchens in terms of leading the women's race, but with their initials as CH on the screen, it's
it's pretty difficult.
But what I can tell you is, I think there's a Claire winning the ladies at the moment, and we'll get that right on the trophy at least.
We'll just put CH.
Mind you, Lydia's still very much in contention there as well. So let's stick with this for
just having a look through the list of riders. I haven't seen a Patrick either this evening. I don't know if he's
Mr. Barham.
Yeah, where's he hiding in there? So he has some
he's
great
not in the
form
front
through the
group.
TTs. No, how's he doing in that B cat? Is he in the second group in there, or we scroll up through? We got. Who's in there? So we've got the Graham, Jake, that's the front group. Second group, sorry, it's a bit manual.
Here we go. I've now got some sort of live results coming through actually here now on Zwift Power, so I can see that. And
fantastic.
I can see, Patrick Barham's around 19th at the moment in a group with Anthony Global.
And that's the big group, isn't it, of the Bs? Is that right?
There's a decent group number of Bs there together. And then looking back down through the list, it's still not clear to me as the... Claire Howard, I think.
There we go. We've cleared that up. Finally, we can.
Or have we?
We can see that. No.
All I've got on here is a Claire H, not a CH.
Good lord.
Okay.
We'll cut that out in the edit.
Right, 2 kilometres to go. Rory out in front now by 2 seconds. Look at the orange numbers here on the right hand side.
And look
John
at that.
Rogers,
He's
9.1.
Picked up a feather as well. So it's really. Someone's going over the top.
Okay, that's it. As he spent too early, they're coming over the top of him now.
Oh my! So we're really going for it now. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got John Rogers out the front here. He's on 5:48.
Fair play. Go on, John.
We've got 2 kilometres to go.
Stick with it now. I think we don't want to miss that. 2K is going to be got gobbled up pretty quick with 40k an hour flying along.
It's going to be all about that climb to the line, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we've got that last sort of 30, 40, maybe 40 seconds effort to see who's just saved a little bit in there. David Fuller's just sitting on the wheel. Sneaky game there. Very good. Well played. Yeah. Shamak, I think he's in there as well. He's right on there. So so we've got a group of 4 fighters coming back again. So
here we go. Shamak's in there. So they're all still in there. Rob Burden's still in there. Graham Sharp's still in there from the Bs.
Fantastic ride from the Bs. So we've got the podium and the Bs. I think that's wrapped up now. It's just what order that comes in. So it could be a Rob, could be Tom, could be Shamak there.
I'm going to stick on Rory at the moment. It'll be interesting to see whether he's I think credit to him stretching it out there. I
don't think we've got a combative award, have we? But if there was one, I think he would get it today. So
certainly
big
pinned that group out, hasn't he? So here we go. So we're coming into the final kilometre now, and going to have a little rise here, and then
it's not far now, is it? So we've got literally last kilometre, a little lump coming, little descent here now, and straight onto the KOM. Here we go. KG, no one's gone supersonic yet, and we've got one. Jacob's gone straight away. So then Shamak's followed him. So can he hold it for the end?
There we go, Jacob.
Jacob's
Arnold,
really gone
he's
now,
on-
yeah.
what is it,
And he's
14
picked up a feather up as well.
into the final
Couple of
so we've got
seconds,
this
he's gone, he's
left-hand
off he
side
goes.
here.
700 watts, I think
he's
maybe.
gone for it. He's gone
10.
too early. Let's flick behind. There's Rory trying to chase him down. They can see him in the distance. So this is Rory up behind Shemek. Great effort from Shemek coming
Fantastic.
through. You can just see Jacob in the front here.
I think he's 1 second, 2
Has he got
seconds.
it?
I think he's going to get it.
Is Jacob going to do
followed
it?
by Rory.
You going through the line here. You got Rory
Hang
just
on.
behind 1 second. Come on,
Go,
Jacob.
Rory. No!
400 watts. Come
There
on,
we
come
go,
on.
over the top.
He's just.
Oh, he's timed it perfect. I think he's just nabbed it.
He's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it. Well done, Jacob, our new club champion.
Fantastic. Just
Fantastic
nabbed, I
work.
think, towards that. Jacob, Rory, and Shemek for
I
the
think
overall.
I think Shemek snatched third, which is brilliant
Fantastic.
for a right. I don't think
Absolutely.
Shemek's been, unless he's been doing it
I
secretly. he's
mean,
been
yeah. No,
racing
I'm not
some
saying
races.
he's a sandbagger, but maybe.
Never count him out. Never count him out. Wow, what a finish. Right, let's make sure we don't miss some of the other riders coming through. This is where it gets a little bit tricky to switch to the other riders.
Okay, so we've gone back through. How do we scroll back down through? Fantastic. And Jacob picked up the KOM jersey for extra bragging rights there. Fantastic ride.
Okay.
So we'll just try and scroll back through and see through there. Here we go. We've got a little bit of technical, a bit of muttering.
just a little
Just
bit.
trying a bit of gap filling. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is where it all gets a little bit manual.
That's it. That's all right.
Let's see who we can skip to. Oh, this is.
That's the only problem. Yeah, we're stuck on Jacob doing his warm down.
Let's see if we can get.
See if we can
over here.
get back there. Oh, that's a great way of doing it. Yeah, see if we can have a look. Yeah, watching. I've got some on the other feed here, so I might be able to have a look through. We've got Dan Evans. They're coming up. They've still got a couple of K to go.
There we go. Right, I've managed to get onto Lydia
fantastic.
Godfrey as a view. So this is in our front group.
So can we try and find?
Well, this is actually the front two Cs here.
Perfect. Here we go.
So
Which is just a 2, isn't it?
yeah,
So they
Simon and Sam at the
Chris.
moment. Chris has dropped back. He's in a big gap here.
But he's
back
got a
to
good
Russ.
gap of a minute still to Russ, so he could
Yeah.
cling on for that 3rd spot.
So look, just going back up the group, I want to be careful not to avoid it. This is a group coming up to the line now. I just need to flick away from this shortly, but this is a battle in the B groups here. We've got Grant Paling, Simon Howland, and James.
We've got Dan Evans
Darrow
in there,
versus-
he's hanging in there.
But if we go back from that group, I'm sorry, I've got to do that.
No,
if I stick with them, I'll
absolutely.
lose the
Yeah,
race
no,
again. But,
absolutely, no.
Here we go. So we've got Sam and Simon riding up to the top of the C. So let's stick with them for a little while. And then looking back down the list, Chris Duffy looks as though he's in 3rd place. And then behind that is CH, which I believe is...
Have we cleared up? I don't know, we're not sure.
I believe is a Claire.
Okay.
We're going to have to clear this up. But...
That's a fantastic ride if she's hung in there. We got Julian getting on in there as well. He's trying to see how they're
I believe that is Claire Hitchings. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Until I don't.
Until we get confirmed otherwise.
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough.
Okay. Well, it may not be actually. Oh, who's that to say?
It's unclear.
Okay,
But it's
unclear.
Zwift Power Shows. Looks like a
anybody can
baby
help me
scan.
on
Not
the,
sure what that is. Yeah, it's
The YouTube channel and let me know.
fantastic.
All right. In the meantime, though, here we go. We've got Sam and Simon battling out for the first of our C riders.
Pete looks like Pete's just finished. I think they've gone over the line because he started. Looks like Dan Evans, James Conway, Grant, Dave Bagg. This group looks like it's coming towards the end. Yeah, 31 there, just coming towards the last finish. You can't see. I've got a different screen. Sorry.
So just behind, I'll just jump behind quickly. We've got Chris Duffy.
Click on there. They'll just be finishing.
I won't go with them because I'll.
Because it'll pop out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pop
okay.
out as soon as they cross
So
the
I'll
line.
try and see. Yeah, Dan Evans he's giving it the big beans, trying to get over the top. Literally, he's got 500 metres less to go. With Simon Howland, James Conway, Finch, Dave Bagg.
I'm going to drop back here
Fantastic.
to Lydia's group. So this is where Lydia and Claire are battling it out. So we've got the first 2 Cs, Sam and Simon. Chris Duffy in between those groups. So it looks like Chris has wrapped up bronze for the
Great
Cs.
ride, fantastic.
Good group of C's here battling out for 4th place then, but including within that, battling out for the first lady across the line is Claire and Lydia. Carlos in that group as well, so that's going to be a good one to keep an eye on as well. We've got Vincent in there, Jem Page as well. So that's a good group actually. They're working together well. Elliot in there, Russ Cook as well.
And it's gone cagey in this group. You can see everyone's saving that for that last little bit. I think everyone's they're all having a good look at each other. No one wants to be sat on the front. Fantastic ride. I think Ollie's just dropped out of that group and he's 16, 17 seconds. So if they sit around too long, he could come back into play there.
Right, Russ Cook has somehow typed and messaged to me that it's Claire Howard.
Okay,
so I'm going with Russ,
right.
Who's generally on the money. So within that group there, we've got Claire Howard. So congratulations to Claire Hitchens a little bit further back, but that is Claire Howard. So fair play, Claire, who I don't think's been on Zwift for a while. Actually, I haven't seen Claire for a while. Last time I saw photos of her riding in France with Warren. But great to have her here, and she's racing against Lydia in that group for the Henderson plate, the ladies' plate, to be engraved on there. Previous winners, Christina Duffy in the first year, Julia Barte, who's not riding this year. She is with child, as I say at the moment. So wishing you all the very best, Del and Julia. So here we go, Simon and Sam coming up towards the line. Got about 800 metres to go. This is battling it out for the C place, but it does look like Sam has made the break now. 10 seconds. He's put in the watts, and fair play.
And he's hanging on over the top. And I think you're right. I think he's going to get away with that. Okay. So it's then back into who's the next group behind that. So that'll be Chris. Is that right?
That'll be Chris taking up bronze. Yeah. But let's just see Sam come up towards the line here.
Fantastic.
So congratulations to Sam, the bull from Belgium. That's going to add some cost to sending out the trophy, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's got a B rider there, just as a carrot hanging in front of him. So great ride there to be hanging onto a B.
I think we're going to have to get him over to pick up the trophy. See him at the Velo George. I think it's about time, isn't it?
Yeah, where?
Yeah. So okay, well done, Sam. We're going to flick back so that we don't lose this coverage again as we did at the beginning there.
Oh yeah, as soon as they go over the top, we tend to
we pop out.
Dip out. So
Simon coming across in second. We've got Chris Duffy.
He's just coming up the final little lump now. I think
So it looks like Chris has got bronze. So that's our first, second, and third.
He's
for the C group.
just ahead of Russ as well. So okay, so we've got a group in there. This is the group in there. So
this
James
is for 4th
Derry,
place in the C's. We've got Lydia in there.
Carlos is in there.
So let's stick with this because this is epic for the Henderson plate.
This
for the
group
ladies.
has stuck together the entire race. They've really been competitive. So
let's see if we can. I'm going to click on Lydia now. Lydia here. If we can mark out who she is and we can recognise her bike and socks or helmet, or whatever gear she's in. There we go. So she's in the black aero helmet for Lydia, and whilst Claire. Let's pick out Claire. We should see her in a second.
It's hard to say. The white bike, white socks.
Looks like that is Claire at the moment on the white bike, white socks. So if we look at
she's on
a black aero helmet. So white bike and white socks for Claire, and we're looking for Lydia here.
So it's right in there, just hot on her tail now. Actually, so literally they're trying it first and second.
So it looks like Claire's.
She's trying to get over the top. And
now look, yes. Yeah. Oh God, let's get.
There's a feather being dropped, so the final little push.
So that looks like Russ and Jem maybe have gone through it. But I'm going to stick here with this view on Lydia, who looks like she's just ahead of Claire at the moment, just coming up to the line, and looks like she may have it. Come on, Claire. Come on, bring it home.
Carlos got a flame out the back. He's off. Yeah. Where's he going? That's it. Big effort there.
Looks like Lydia might just have it on Claire there on the line. Well done.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she has. So well done. Here's Claire coming across with Elliot. So well done, guys. And we're going to click back now to Ollie. And it looks like Ollie has broken... he's dropped off, obviously, that group, but he's well clear of the rest of the Ds.
Fantastic.
Another brilliant effort, Ollie. I think Ollie's done this every year and picked up a trophy every this year. So fair play to you, mate. Well done and great to have you here. And I think if we now jump back to... We've got John Rice and we've got John Fuller and Martin Yardley. That's the next
hanging
battle
in
down,
there. So in the Ds they're hanging in.
So
they've picked up a couple of Sea Riders there. Who's that?
We'll just see Ollie come home, because I mean that's a huge effort.
Fantastic! Yeah.
Each year he keeps on moving up the field, and on a course like this, of course, he's incredibly light. I mean, Ollie would be the one who, on the mountain courses,
would have a favour. Yeah, but this rolling terrain some of the descents probably hinder him a bit, but he sort of makes it back up for it on these little lumps here. So great effort, super right, and he's gone solo there as well. So I think he spent quite a lot of time on his own. So
well, he was in that main group for a while, I think. But I mean, that's with some strong
absolutely
cat seat riders. So well done to him. He's taken the draft from that, and he's dropped off the back now, but well clear of the opposition. So.
Brilliant. So we got
he's going to go across the line. Well done, Ollie.
Fantastic.
Going back here, we've got Rowena in a group with James Curry. Well done, Rowena. And Justin and I think Martin Yardley.
Brilliant. So that's resuming their battle. John Fuller and Martin. So it'll be
Emma Haswell's just about to come across the line as well, and also Kathy Gill. So there we go, Kathy and Emma. Now they're racing out, I reckon, here for third place for the ladies. So let's just stick for this for a little.
And I think you're right there, Simon. So I think Kathy's now decided to go for it, or
she's going for it.
They're both digging in at the last little push at the end. Kathy just seems to have. I think Emma's playing cagey. I think she's going to just nip over the top at the line here. So
these two went
great effort.
Went head to head in the final of the Wahoo night as well, with Jenny Rhodes as well. So a resuming battle here. But it looks like Kathy might just have it in the moment. Emma just 4.8 watts per kilo. Fair play. Here it is. I think it looks like Kathy's got that. But well done, Kathy. Well done, Emma as well. So I think that means Kathy's taken the bronze for the ladies.
Fantastic. Carol coming in here now.
Carol not far behind as well. So great ladies race. I mean, it's really good. And
brilliant.
then I think we've got Jenny back here. No, this is Paul McAvenny as well. And then we're back to this group with the battle. So let's just stick with this. This will be
Dave, John Fuller, and Martin here.
D group silver and bronze, I think this will be. Unfortunately, I think we lost Dell early on. I don't know if that was a technical.
Yeah, it might have been a baggy technical glitch, as they say.
He's had a baggy.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we go. We've got this rise.
Try and pick up some of the chat channels and just see if we've missed anything obvious. Obviously, if anyone's listening and we've missed anything, I do apologise.
I've just had Russ Kick saying, actual fact, I don't know if that's Claire Howard or not.
Okay, so we're still
into the results.
We're still no clicker. Thanks for your help there.
We can still only engrave the trophy with Claire at the moment. Maybe an H and leave it at that. But
Mossy chatting, what's this Cat B DQ on what per kilo? I'm not sure what Mossy's on about there. Oh, Shamak, absolutely Mossy, We all know Shamak's been adjusting the weight to keep in the bees. So, and Duncan, we got a great race, awesome stuff. Thank you, everyone. Mossy, I think you're right there, robbed. Fantastic ride there, Mossy.
But fair play to Jacob, right? I mean,
absolutely,
win. And to Rory for doing the work. I mean, Rory's split it out, like you said, as a combative. But
I think so. I think he deserves. I think Jacob should buy him a beer for that one at the club dinner.
Yeah. But here we go. We've got about 1 kilometre to go with this final group. So Rowena within there.
We've got some chat coming in. Patrick, Anthony, Pete, Jake. Don't ever ride me again from Simon Tully, I think. I know your thoughts on that. Start was insane, Christoph is saying. So we might have missed that. Looked like everybody went mental this morning. Oh, thanks Julian, he's put a couple of messages up there for that. She's Bonnie and Clyde to us. Trying to do our bit.
Let's see here.
So who we got coming in here at the end? We got
This is this final group. We've got about a kilometre to go now, with John and Martin Yardley battling it out again. This is epic. This could go down in every year.
Yeah, it's just a real hatred or fanfare. Yeah,
but this is what I love, right? I mean, the nature of this. It
through the cats, absolutely.
We've got Rowena racing there with Martin.
Oh, it looks like John's trying to get away now. He's actually
James Curry, who's been coming back from injury, hasn't been right. So I mean, it just levels it.
Yeah,
everybody can race it. There's a race within the race, isn't there? So
and I think they're on to that final, breakaway Bray, the last little kicker here. So it'd be interesting to see. Insane times looking at the KOM. Some of the people, Jacob's going over there in 45 seconds. David Fuller, 40. Yeah, great effort from them front guys. So, and we've got these guys coming in at the end here. They're on what's that? Do you think, Simon? 400 metres, something like that. Everyone's saved the power up.
We've got about 500 metres here. Here we go.
Everyone happens to get a feather except one. Someone's got a pickup van. What's that one, Simon?
What's that one? That's I think that's a draft one. So that's not going to help.
That's not going to help. Yeah, but here we go. Look, one's gone. Is that?
That will be James Curry. Now we'd expect that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a what
casually just what's just 600, 700 watts out there.
So let's not even.
So David Fuller.
Rowena's gone out. Well done, Rowena. Yeah. So it looks like she's broken free from that group.
I think David's going to.
So it's down to David Martin. So let's take Martin's view. And come on, Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Come on, Martin.
He sat up.
He sat up. Oh.
No, he sat up.
He sat up.
Yeah.
Well done, Martin. So look, that I think
fantastic.
It's going to come across there. Great battle with Martin and John Fuller as well.
Cagey, kept it all in there.
And then I think we've got one more rider out on course, I believe, which is John Rice. I'll see if I can pick him up and give him a little bit of airtime. And then that brings up the rest of the field. I think almost 60 riders tonight. I had a couple of late dropouts, but that's a great turnout. I think, speaking to Joe Watson, we think that might be a record turnout of any discipline for any sort of club championships event. So whether it is or whether it isn't, I mean, I think it goes to show that it's a pretty inclusive sport and accessible, right? And to be able to do this from your garage, from your office, in some cases, I think Patrick Barham, your toilet.
I think there's a toilet.
From your garden basement.
I think someone's dug a hole, haven't they? So,
I think that's Pete, isn't it?
That's
so
Patrick.
There you go.
Yeah,
caters for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So let's just see if we can find John out on course, and then what we'll do is we'll dig into all the results this evening's and the mysterious Claires, find out who's who, and make sure that we get that up on the online cycling page on the website, get the results up overnight.
Brilliant, fantastic.
Here we go. I think we've managed to find.
So that's everyone over the line, and
here we go. We managed to get John.
We've just got one just come in and wait.
Final rider, John, coming across the line. So well done, John, hanging
fair
in there.
play, sticking in there. Yeah, absolutely.
And not that far behind that final group actually, and that's the difference really. He's probably put out, if we look at his data at the end, he's probably put out as much watts and energy for that whole race.
It's just losing that draft. Yeah,
exactly,
it's massive. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, there's only a minute or so within that, so. Well done, John, bringing that home.
Fair play, sticking in there. Yeah.
So let's whilst John's bringing that, I'm just going to jump over to Zwift Power. Few comments on the YouTube of thanks for the commentary, nice chat. Well, thanks, folks. Thanks for keeping it clean on there as well. Glad I didn't have to censor the chat.
No, yeah, good. I'm glad. Yeah.
So that's all good. So let's have a look at the finishing lines now. Let's see whether we've got. So Jacob Arnold first across the line. Looks like, according to this, David Fuller snatched second, Rory Barrett third. I won't call that at the moment. I have to just do a bit further analysis and make sure that.
I don't know if anyone in the Discord chat can confirm that there was anyone in the front. I don't.
Yeah. So I've got Jacob first, David Fuller, Rory Barrett, Duncan Brown, Keith Henderson, John Rogers, and that concludes that first group. Then we're back to Philip Riley. James Conway, Graham Sharp dropped off there at the end, but great effort from Graham.
Brilliant, brilliant ride. And Rob Burden as well, fantastic ride there.
Although I'm not convinced that this is actually.
I thought Rob was closer to that.
I think he was. So we'll take that with a pinch of salt until we can confirm all those. Let me give that a bit of a refresh and see if that. Here we go. We'll have to check that out. Graham Sharp,
it's hard
Rob Burden, Tom Moss. Yeah, some good results throughout the field there. So well done to John just coming across the line. That's going to conclude the commentary then. Thanks for joining, Chris.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for
the
having
tech
me.
just about held up.
Yeah, we got there. We got there in the end.
Yeah,
Sorry
there's
for
always a
bumbling
little
our
bit.
way through, but
It's a bit manual, isn't it? You have to click around a little bit.
no,
So,
absolutely. Yeah.
but I think we got the core of the action. And listen, thanks to everybody for taking part. Special thanks to all the ladies who turned out.
Great, and great to get the numbers up from. I think I had a couple last year to get up to 6 riders now and a female. So
Brilliant.
fantastic.
Well done to Ollie and the Cat D, Martin and
great
John
ride.
battling that out as well. John Rice bringing it over. Cat C winner Sam Greer. From Simon and
the B
Chris
from
Duffy.
Sham. We're yet to confirm.
We think it's Shamek, don't we? Although the Discord chat suggests that there might be some controversy, but
we'll see. It'll get.
Either way, I think Shamek, Tom, Rob Byrne, and Graham Sharp hanging with
We'll find out if anyone flags his Strava right. So we'll find out on that one.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's wrap that up for now. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it. And here's to a good winter of online racing. Lots to get stuck into.
Brilliant. Thank you, everyone.